This video is about our bow and how to take care of our bow and how to rosin our bow. So the parts of the bow that you need to know, the bottom of the bow is called the frog. I don't know why it's called the frog. That would be a great research question for your students. The very bottom of the bow has a screw, simply called the screw. The top of the bow, which is either made of wood or plastic, we just call this the stick. And of course there's the horsehair on the bottom. The top of our bow is called the tip. So when kids are getting ready to practice at home, what they need to know is that from their case, when they get their bow out of the case, the horsehair should be loose, and before they get ready to play, they need to take the screw and tighten the screw. And it's just like any screw, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And I tell kids the right tightness for the horsehair is if you look at your bow parallel to the floor, the stick of the bow should have a slight scoop to the shape. You do not want your hair to be too tight. If the hair is too tight, the bow and the horsehair will be parallel. And if the hair is too tight, the hair will start to fall out, and then we have some problems. So we want to make sure that we're not tightening it too much before we play, but it does need to have some tautness. So they will tighten the bow, about 4 or 5 screws, and then they need to also apply some rosin to their bow. Kids need to put on rosin every day that they practice. So we need to keep that rosin on to get a good tone from our violin. So when we put the rosin on, we're going to take the rosin cake and just do about 10 up and downs. So 1, 2, all the way to 10. And they need to do this every day that they play. The purpose of the rosin, and rosin is basically made out of tree sap, it's to help make the horsehair sticky so that when we draw it across the string, it creates that tension, and that's what makes our tone essentially. So rosin is an important part of getting ready, so they need to do that every day. And another thing I want students to know about our bow is that we don't want to put our hands on the horsehair. We all have natural oils in our hands, and so we want to keep our horsehair clean and clear of any oils or dirt that might get into the horsehair. So if they touch it on accident, it's not the end of the world, but as a rule, generally we don't want to touch the horsehair if we can avoid it. So that's the bow. Thank you.